Hi, kindergarten and first grade. It's Ms. Maney here, and I am here for your second week of e-learning music lesson. It's been a while since I have seen you. I hope you are doing well. We just got done with spring break, so hopefully you had a chance to relax, maybe take it easy a bit, sit back, watch movies, or play games, or maybe you just like to sleep, and that's okay too. We had a couple days of really nice weather, so hopefully you were able to go outside and enjoy those days. And some days were not as nice, and that's okay. But I hope you're staying inside, or at least staying on your property, in your yard, in your driveway, because that's what we need to do right now. And I can't wait to see you when we get to go back to school. It's going to be a lot of fun when we finally get to see each other again. But for now, this is how we have to learn, and that's okay too. So what we're going to do this week is we're going to be talking about composers. Now, I'm teaching the older kids about composers too. They're learning really in more detail than what we're going to say. But it's something that we all kind of need to know about, because a composer is, well, what do you think a composer is? We've talked about it before, but not really much. We've used the word before. What do you think it means? What does it mean to be a composer? A composer is somebody who creates things. Somebody who writes things. When we're talking about a composer in music class, we're talking about somebody who writes music, who creates music. Think of all of the songs that we've sang together. Maybe it's songs that we do in class. Maybe it's games that we sing during. Maybe it's from your concert that we did back in the winter time in December. All of the songs that we've sang together have been written by somebody. Now, the same person doesn't write every single song that we sing. That would just be crazy. But there are a lot of composers out there, and there are a lot of songs out there. I bet you could be a composer if you wanted to. You could write a song right now if you just gave yourself some time and thought about it. I've written songs. You could easily do it. Now, there is a composer that the older kids are learning about this week, and we're going to talk about him a little bit today too. His name is Mozart. Well, his full name is Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, but we just call him by his last name, Mozart. Kind of like how you call me by my last name, Ms. Maney. Mr. Mozart, or just Mozart works. Now, he has written over 600 songs. That's a lot of music. And some of his songs are short, like 12 minutes, and some of them are long, like over an hour. Could you imagine? It takes over an hour to play. How long do you think it took him to write? A long time. He worked very hard. He would stay up late at night. He would wake up early in the morning. He was very dedicated. He worked extremely hard because he loved it. And he was good at it. He was so good at it. He has written some songs that we have sang together. We've sang one of his songs a lot. Do you know what song it is? I'll give you a hint. Some students had told me our very first week of music together that this is their favorite song. And this song was kind of in one of the songs that we sang for the concert if you are in kindergarten. No, if you're in first grade. One of those classes. I don't remember who sang it, but we've all sang this song together. I know it. What song do you think it is? Listen, let's see if you recognize it. What's that? Do you recognize it? Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Mozart wrote Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. He doesn't call it that. He didn't give it the words that we use today. In fact, it's just mainly written for piano when he wrote it. It's called 12 Variationen à vous diriger maman. I don't even know if I said that right. But it's 12 different variations of that one song. That means it starts kind of normal, like the way that we know it. And then it gets a little different, and then a little bit more different, and a little bit more different. Just listen. This part sounds normal, right? Then it starts to get different. Oh, not yet. Now it starts to get different. Do you hear that? I know it kind of sounds like an entirely different song, but if you listen carefully, you can still hear the original. But you are up above the world so high. Twinkle, little star, how Isn't that cool? It just keeps going and going. This is one of those songs that lasts 12 minutes, which I know seems like it would be a long time, but remember when he also wrote music that lasts hours? He's very good. Now, did you know that Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star has the same melody as another song that we know? How about the ABC song? If you were to sing the ABCs, I want to play the same music that we were just listening to, but sing the ABCs instead. E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. It's the same song. Have you ever noticed that? Or perhaps you've learned the song Ba Ba Black Sheep. Does that sound familiar? It goes like this. Ba ba black sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. All 3 of those songs, even though they have totally different words, are the same melody. A melody is just the notes that we put together to make the music. If we were to sing it, but without the words, if we were to hum it, that's what humming is, right? If we were to hum it, or if we were to play it on the piano, they would all sound exactly alike. All 3 of those songs have the same melody. And that is a melody that we know because of Mozart. Isn't that crazy? So Mozart is a really cool composer that you probably didn't even know that you already knew, which is fun. Now, I'm going to teach you a song. This is not by Mozart. Actually, I'm not even sure who wrote this song, but it's a lot of fun. It's kind of silly. I hope that's okay. Usually you enjoy doing silly things with me, and I hope that hasn't changed. But this song is about a girl named Magdalena Hagelina. Her full name is Magdalena Hagelina Ukataka Wakataka Okamoka Poko was her name. That was her name. Listen to that again. Magdalena Hagelina Ukataka Wakataka Okamoka Poko was her name. Repeat that after me. Magdalena Hagelina Ukataka Wakataka Okamoka Poko. Cool. So if we were to sing that, it might sound like Magdalena Hagelina Ukataka Wakataka Okamoka Poko was her name. Can you try that with me? Take your time. It might take you a while to get it, and that's okay. It's just a silly name that whoever wrote this song, whoever composed it, just made it up. But let's try it anyway. Ready? Here we go. Magdalena Hagelina Ukataka Wakataka Okamoka Poko was her name. Nice. Let's do that one more time. And then I'm going to start singing a little bit more so we can learn about Magdalena. Okay? Let's go. 1, 2, here we go. Magalina, Hagalina, Ukataka, Wakataka, Okamoka Poka was her name. Here I go. She had 2 hairs on the top of her head. One was alive and the other was dead. Magalina, Hagalina, Ukataka, Wakataka, Okamoka Poka was her name. She had 2 eyes in the middle of her head. One was green and the other was red. Magalina, Hagalina, Ukataka, Wakataka, Okamoka Poka was her name. She had 2 teeth in the middle of her mouth. One pointed north and the other pointed south. Magalina, Hagalina, Ukataka, Wakataka, Okamoka Poka was her name. She had 2 knees in the middle of her legs. One liked bacon and the other liked eggs. Magalina, Hagalina, Ukataka, Maka, Waka, Okamoka Poka was her name. I messed up her name that time. Let's try it again one more time. Just the last part with her name, okay? Sing it with me. Here we go. Magalina, Hagalina, Ukataka, Wakataka, Okamoka Poka was her name. Nice job. Isn't that a fun song? Now, I don't know who composed that, but I do know that it was not Mozart. At least I don't think so. I guess I don't know for sure. Well, we're going to end our lesson today with a book. This is one of my favorite books, and I might have already read it to you. I know I read it to a couple classes, but it's so good I wanted to read it again. It's called Because, and this book is extra special to me because I received this as a gift from Ms. Rapp's 3rd grade class. It's a good book. If you haven't heard it before, I hope you enjoy it. If you have, keep watching anyway. It's a good one. It's by Mo Willems and Amber Wren, and it goes like this. Because a man named Ludwig wrote beautiful music. A man named Franz was inspired to create his own. Because many years later, people wanted to hear Franz's beautiful music. They formed an orchestra. And because a man had practiced since he was a kid, he was asked to join. Because a woman studied night and day, she too was asked to play. Because many others loved and practiced their instruments, there were enough musicians. Because someone created a poster about Franz's music, tickets were sold. Because the train conductor stopped the train at the Grand Concert Hall, the orchestra conductor arrived. Because the orchestra librarian had copies of the score, the orchestra rehearsed. Because workers checked the lights and the seats and swept the floors, the grand hall was ready. Because the time had come, the ushers opened the doors. Because someone's uncle caught a cold, someone's aunt had an extra ticket for someone special. Because the ushers helped the aunt and her special guest. They found their seats. Because everyone was there to hear beautiful music. It was quiet. In row C, seat 14, sat the girl with the uncle's ticket. She heard the beautiful music written by the man named Franz, and it changed her. The girl was changed. From that moment on, the girl learned everything she could about music because it fed her. Soon she started to write music too, because like Franz, the young woman had something to share. Over time, the woman became very good because she worked very hard. One night, her music was discovered because she was also very lucky. Then she was invited to perform her music at the Grand Concert Hall because so many people wanted to hear it. Her composition was dedicated to the uncle in row C, seat 14, because it was his ticket that brought her here. And that night, someone else was changed. That is how it happens. I hope you are having a wonderful time. I miss you very much. I cannot wait to see you again at school. And until then, I hope you are just being the best versions of yourself that you can, okay? I'll talk to you soon. Next week, I'll give you a new lesson. Until then, work hard, rest, and be very kind, okay?